In one of his Facebook posts, Dave Ramsey, a renowned financial coach, said, "When people don't waste money to look wealthy, they have money to actually become wealthy." While this rings true, a lot of people actually do the opposite, which makes them broke and poor. So in this video, we will be sharing 20 things poor people waste money on, so you can avoid them and achieve financial freedom. 1. Getting coffee on the way to work. Spending $5 on coffee every weekday morning can really add up. That's $100 every month, which comes to $1,200 in a year. Imagine what you could do with over $1,000, like building up your emergency fund. Dave Ramsey recommends making your own coffee. It costs about $25 a month, which is much less than buying it daily. This way, you save a lot of money in the long run. 2. Impulse purchases. Most poor people spend money on things they don't really need, like gym memberships they never use or fees for paying bills late. But if you take a moment to think before buying, cancel memberships you're not using, and set up automatic bill payments, you'll be able to hang on to more of your hard-earned cash. 3. Trendy clothes. When it comes to fashion, styles change a lot. Instead of constantly buying the newest trends, think about getting clothes that are well-made and stay stylish no matter what's popular right now. These timeless pieces might cost a bit more, but they'll last longer and save you money in the long run. It's a smart way to build a wardrobe. 4. Buying brand name items. Buying name brand products can end up costing you more money. Often, store brands or generic brands are just as good or very close in quality to the name brand ones. So essentially, you're paying extra just for the name on the label. Dave Ramsey suggests you don't have to stick to brand names, especially at the grocery store. Compare prices between brand names and store or generic brands for groceries, medicines, trash bags, and cleaning supplies. You'll likely see some significant savings. 5. Cable packages. Nowadays, there are inexpensive online services that let you watch movies and shows on your computer or TV. Because of this, you might not need to keep paying for pricey cable TV packages. For instance, a typical cable TV package might cost around $100 per month. That's $1,200 a year. In contrast, popular streaming services like Netflix or Hulu can cost around $10 to $15 per month, which totals to about $120 to $180 per year. 6. Prepackaged grocery items. Buying prepackaged grocery items like pre-cut fruit, bagged salads, and ready-made meals can end up costing you more money. This is because you're paying extra for the convenience of having the food already prepared. For example, let's say you buy a bagged salad with dressing and toppings included. This can cost twice as much as buying a head of lettuce and making your own dressing at home. Instead, consider buying whole fruits and vegetables that haven't been pre-cut. You can also opt for ingredients to make meals from scratch. 7. New cars. Cars lose their value quickly, which means they become worth less money over time. And did you know? When you buy a brand new car, its value drops as soon as you drive it off the lot. This is called depreciation. Instead of buying a brand new car, you might want to consider getting a used one that is known to be trustworthy and in good condition. This can save you a lot of money. Used cars are generally less expensive than new ones, and they don't lose their value as quickly. 8. Eating out for lunch. If you spend $15 on lunch every workday, which is 5 days a week, that adds up to $75. Over a month, it's $300. That's a good chunk of money. Dave Ramsey recommends planning your meals ahead of time and using leftovers when you can. This way, you'll be less tempted to eat out for lunch or order food in the evening after work. It's a budget-friendly strategy. 9. Bulk items that don't make sense. Here's why buying in bulk can sometimes be a waste of money. While it's true that buying a lot of something at once can save you money, it only works if you choose the right things. For instance, it's smart to buy non-perishable items like toilet paper in bulk if you know you'll use them and have space to store them. But buying a large amount of food that could go bad before you finish it, or getting something your family might not even like, doesn't make much sense. 10. Expensive apartment. If you spend a significant portion of your income on renting a luxury apartment, say more than 30% or even 40%, it could lead to financial strain. For example, if your monthly income is $3,000, spending over $900 to $1,200 on rent could make it difficult to cover other essential expenses like groceries, transportation, and bills. 11. Mobile service plans. Most poor people end up paying for data and features they never actually use. For instance, if you're currently paying $80 a month for a phone plan that includes a lot of data and features you don't use, you might find a more suitable plan for $50 a month. This would save you $30 every month, which adds up to $360 a year. It's a significant amount that you could use for other important expenses. 12. Expensive vacations. Let's say you have a budget of $1,000 for a vacation. You might consider a trip to a nearby state park where you can go camping, hiking, and enjoy nature. This kind of vacation would likely fit well within your budget. However, if you choose to go to a popular tourist destination in a big city where hotels and activities tend to be more expensive, you might end up spending much more than your budget allows. For instance, a luxury hotel in a high-demand city can easily cost $200 to $300 per night. Add in meals, transportation, and activities, and you might find yourself spending well over $2,000 for the trip. 14. High-interest credit cards. High-interest credit cards can be risky. When you use them, you're borrowing money and agreeing to pay it back with extra charges called interest. If the interest rate is high, even a small balance can grow quickly. This means you might end up owing more than you realize, making it harder to pay off your debt. 15. Eating meat every meal. If you're eating meat at every meal, it can end up costing you more money. Meat tends to be pricier compared to other protein sources like canned beans. Dave Ramsey suggests a smart alternative. Consider having a meal without meat once or twice a week. 16. Alcohol and cigarettes. Buying alcohol and cigarettes not only hurts your health, but it also takes a toll on your finances in the long run. For instance, let's consider cigarettes. A pack-a-day habit can cost around $7 to $12, depending on where you live. Over a year, that's roughly $2,555 to $4,380. Similarly, with alcohol, if you're spending $50 each time you go out with friends and you do this twice a month, that's $100 a month or $1,200 a year. 17. Upgrading tech. Imagine you're someone who eagerly buys the latest iPhone every year, which, if you think about, is really a waste of money. While it might be exciting to have the newest features, the truth is, the improvements from one model to the next are often incremental. This means that the phone you bought last year is still perfectly capable and might not actually be significantly worse than the latest model. 18. Unused gym membership. Having a gym membership that you hardly use is like having a subscription to a streaming service you never watch. It's money spent on something you're not benefiting from. For instance, if you're paying $50 a month for a gym membership, but only manage to go once or twice, you're not getting the value you're paying for. 19. Lottery tickets. When it comes to winning the lottery, the odds are incredibly low. For instance, in a major lottery, the chances of hitting the jackpot might be around 1 in 292 million. To put this in perspective, it's like trying to pick the one winning grain of sand out of a beach. So while the allure of winning big is tempting, the reality is that the chances are incredibly slim. It's often a more financially sound choice to consider saving or investing that money instead. 20. Paying for convenience. Every time you choose to pay for a convenience, like ordering food through a delivery service or having groceries brought to your doorstep, there's an additional cost involved. For example, if you order food delivery regularly, those extra fees can add up to a considerable sum over the course of a month or a year. While these conveniences can be a time saver, it's important to weigh the convenience against the financial cost. It's all about finding a balance between convenience and cost effectiveness in your spending habits.